Hey everybody, how you doing? Good morning. This is Geebz here, your old composer here at the Decomposer Lounge, and today is the long-awaited. And when I talk about long, this is going to be also a long song and video. Meshuggah I. Now, this has been on my list for quite a while. I just look at it and I go, oh my God, 21 minutes. And not that I don't have any capacity, it's just, it's long. A single track, a single listen. You know, sometimes I have a hard enough time getting through 5 or 6 minutes of, Meshuggah because of their intricacies and stuff like that and their rhythms and everything that they're about. I'm like going 20 minutes, how am I going to do this? So, but I'm doing this because I did that poll, and I did a poll on Twitter and a poll on Instagram, and I averaged it out. It was very, very close, but Meshuggah I did edge out Periphery's new song, but I'm going to do that next. So still a win-win, just a couple days off. Anyhow, so here we go. I have a large cup of coffee for a long video we're about to get into, and so I won't make it any longer. So here we go, guys. Oh yeah, by the way, you know where all the links are to support me if you want to buy me more coffee for the long listens. Also on Patreon, I have Patreon-a-thon. I have a new one coming out tomorrow. You got to check that out. Even if you come by for 1 month, hang out, listen to all the stuff and dig out. I'd love the support. That'd be killer. All right, let's do this. That's what I feel like I got. What was that movie? I think The Wolf of Wall Street or something. Anyhow, that's what I feel that I need to get myself revved up for this. But then again, I'm sure you're going to do a really good job of doing it on its own. This is Meshuggah I. All right. sounds like a good place to stop. For God's sakes. You know, I just get to a place where their compositions and arrangements rhythmically just sound like alien Morse code. It's like the takeover of the new world kind of vibe. I mean, really, that's what that's what it feels like to me. It's like it feels like it's some cryptic, secret little message that's happening in there. But I'll get down to like if there's such a thing as the basics on what I'm about to say. Is they gave us 4 sections already. We're at almost 4 minutes. So the first section obviously was that just chaotic, rhythmic, bathing in a rhythmical ceremonial ritual, if you would. And then they give us this break in the second section where they just fire 16ths at us for like 16 bars. They're still staying in, it sounded like they were still in the same note, whatever note that they were playing. But what was super cool is when they gave us the third section where the vocals came in, it dropped down the tone. So for me, that was sick because it gave me something else to kind of realign my ears with, if you kind of know what I'm talking about. So the first 2 sections, they just gave us this full rinse of that Morse code. Let's just call it alien Morse code, riffage. But when the vocals came in, by dropping it down, it sounded like it dropped down like maybe a step and a half. It reset everything for me. And then they got into the glide that I'm kind of more familiar with Meshuggah. And I love, love, love where his vocals are placed in the pocket. Now, this last section they gave us, now, excuse me, now we're into a little bit of a melody, but that's happening with that pseudo ambient metal guitar way back in the mix. Personal thing, I probably would have liked to have heard that a little more. Have that come out a little bit forward because it was so cool and so slick. And that's, at least to this point, that's what I'm loving, what I'm hearing, is that they've given us in each one of these shifts something different to bite onto while maintaining the full, people's elbow to the throat kind of, veracity, in the rhythm. That last section was so absolutely mind-numbing on every single level of musicianship. And I don't know, I played drums when I was younger for about 10 years, so I have an idea, let's just say. I learned how to play, Rosanna from Toto and all kinds of Zeppelin stuff. So you think you're ahead of the game, and, especially drummers today's day and age just are so phenomenal. But what he was playing right there, I might have been able to pull off for maybe 2 bars, let alone a whole freaking section like that. The syncopation that was happening there was just mind-numbing. While the guitars are doing these 16ths, it's not 30 seconds. I don't think. I think 30 seconds would make it sound too. Wait, yeah, 30 seconds. I don't. It's just I'm done counting. That's all I have to say. I'm done counting. I'm just rinsing and enjoying the fact that still now I'm only 6 minutes into this. And these guys are going to be playing this for another 18 minutes of this. It's just mind-numbing. The stamina and the musicianship and the arrangements. I have no idea what this song is about. I don't know what the lyrics are, but it is mind-numbing. That was my phone. Okay, here we go. Okay, this is a trip. I just wanted to mention something about that last section. See, the thing is the guitar tones are not so over the top edgy, and they're mid warm, bottom warm and stuff. So it's not really interfering with the tones of the drums by any stretch of the imagination, but for some reason it's making it really super accessible. But I love that dun 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 dun. You saw me going, and that was just badass. Let's see what this is about. I love the fact that in the drums in this section of the track that we've just heard in the last 30 seconds, kind of laid back, because I mean, still the guitar and the bass are still, and the kicks are still grinding with still keeping it going. But the hi-hat, you know, he light loaded on the hi-hat and stuff. There wasn't a lot of stuff happening here. On the other hand, I forgot to say on my last stop how much I love it when the drummer goes into like the Full Metal Jacket tom-tom vibe. And what I mean by that is there was a section before my last stop. You see, I told you I can't remember everything, and then I start thinking, shit, I didn't say anything. It kind of gives the ears, or it gives my ears a bit of a break to maintain what they're doing when the drummer opts to do stuff on the drums, on the tom-toms with what he's doing with the snare and the kick. And he's not leaning on his cymbals, you know, hi-hats, etc., to do a lot of the rhythmic stuff. So that kind of gets the ear for me just a second to adjust. Now that one section, when it slowed down into that weird, like, you know, sometimes guitar players do that thing at the very top between the nut and the pegs or something, or whatever they were doing there. It almost felt like they were telling their loyal fans, okay, everybody rehydrate before you go back in that circle and pound out and whatever, and mosh pit, and because, you know, we're coming back. And when it came back in, you see me jump. They're the only band that's ever done that to me. There was one other track I listened to them before. I should have known that something was coming. And then, did you see me kind of, I was reacting like this, a little like, because they were just doing some of that bendy dissonance, you know, vibe that was happening in there. Very slight and subtle, but it was in there. Twice they did that. I was like, oh shit. You're like, oh. The melodic work by the lead guitar player or players, I don't know if they switch off. I don't know who's doing this work that I just heard. But that, I don't even want to call it a solo that we heard about 30 minutes ago. It was so well composed and with a real detail to the rhythmic performance of that. I guess we're going to call that a solo section. There wasn't any buzzing and ripping going on. And what was really super cool is that what he was playing melodically had this weird kind of, well, Meshuggah twist of dissonance kind of vibe to it. But the rhythmical arrangement of that performance was unreal for me, just unreal. And of course, it's kind of, you know, when you're going to do a lead piece of work behind something that's already rhythmically extraordinary, I myself would probably have a little anxiety, or I'd say, well, this is going to be real simple. I let the gang do this, and I'll just do eighth notes and fill in the pockets. But, you know, there's syncopation in that lead. Then that next section, you know, the rhythm is still doing what it's doing. You know, Meshuggah's doing what they're doing. But then they go into that glassy ambient sound again. So there's that taffy yoking of I don't know, this sonic joy that goes on there. You know, if you've made it this far into the song, you're a big fan, obviously, or you're a musician going, what? Because I can hear a ton of how of other bands that I've listened to on this channel and how they've influenced them. Now, I don't know. That's a big conversation, I know, with a lot of people, and I definitely don't have the depth of knowledge of years of being a metalhead, but they've played, what, already 10, 12 different passages? And in each one of them going, I could, you know, and we're considered, I guess some people would call them the godfather of that style, you know, of composition, anyhow. But yeah, I go on. What an insane section. Two reasons for me. I really was getting into that doon down, doon down, doon down. This is wrong. I can't get down there. But what was unique for me is I'm going, okay, that's the guitars doing that. You know, and they do what they do with their to get that tone, but I'm listening to that and it's kind of there's an intoxication that's kind of bizarre about that little dun 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 dun, and it kind of, once again, a much needed break a little bit, you know, with everything that's happening, but it really drew you in. And then they have that kind of that was happening. That's almost like the, you know, I just got through watching that video like Ren or High Ren or something, and that talking back and forth to himself kind of vibe, and that kind of felt like that's that other voice telling you, just go ahead and punch your boss, just kind of a thing, like you're gonna get no, please. You know, that kind of a menacing as, and how unique is that with music that you could do that? As heavy and gnarly as Meshuggah's rhythm patterns are with everything, and the veracity and the power and the punch and the ballsiness of what they do, the unique thing about music is that, you know, there's an energy that makes you want to just tear, you know, rip, shred, and tear. At the same token, you can get just as torqued with something as, I'm going to say the word simple because compared to everything else, and simple is not easy, trust me, but how that could be so freaking menacing. And then of course they go ahead and juice up, but you know, they get the amps and they kick up the tubes again, and they give us, you know, a little more of the, you know, the lift, you know, back into the Meshuggah sound. But that was a sick section. You know what I love about these last two sections they've given us is that the drummer is giving us an accessible listen to it. Even myself. I mean, look, even for musicians or non-musicians, I don't care. For you musicians, I'm sure you're probably going, love the fact that the hi-hat is squared. All right? So one of the things that makes a lot of this style of music, to me, really kick ass is when the drummer is just give me, please, just give me the zip line to hang on to through this journey. And so while this is just happening with the first section, it was a closed hat. Now it's kind of an open hat. But with that, just that makes the riff, to me, plus 20 fire damage. You know, I mean, the riff is already, but that to me, I mean, check me if I'm right or wrong, or, you know, talk to me about it. I mean, that to me is one of the most important parts of these last two sections in the listening experience, was that hi-hat just keeping me in the pocket, making me feel comfortable, you know? is there anything about what Meshuggah does that can make anybody feel comfortable, it would be that hi-hat. Wow. First of all, I'm so sorry for my phone was blowing up, and I just got hired on NCIS Hawaii to be a stunt musician. I don't know what the details are, but they said you're in, and they gave me all kinds of stuff. But my phone kept on lighting up from like people after people. I apologize for that. This, without a doubt, was not the listen I was thinking I was going to go through. Truthfully, I came into this going, oh my God, how am I going to manage this? You know, like I said earlier, how do you listen to such an extraordinarily long piece by musicians that you know are going to test every bit of your rhythmic capabilities? And I have to admit, I'm actually going to listen to this track. I'm learning how to play Minecraft, and I'm on Twitch, and people are helping me. That Twitch link is down below if you want to watch me get killed by the zombies. But it was funny because I was thinking, damn, in Minecraft, there's always that like 3 or 5 minutes of nighttime when I'm running around going, what do I need to build now? And these things are chasing me. I'm going, there is, at any given time, there's a chunk of that would be perfect for the night scene in Minecraft, especially that ding, 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 ding. You know, I got the guy chasing me with the arrows. I got the guy in camo. I got, and they're killing me because I'm new. Anyhow, didn't mean to turn that into that. But to me, that's the theater of the mind that it brought. You know, the heaviness, the darkness of it. I can't, I have to thank you for having me listen to it. This was long. It's going to take a second to render this thing out, but I got to tell you something, it was so well worth it. So, hope you liked it. If you did, buy me another cup of coffee. And that'd be great where all the links are. If not, just share this, leave comments, likes, hates, whatever the case is. So the links are down below for that, for the Patreon, and for the Twitch too, if you're morbidly curious. Because over there too, I do OST reviews. Twitch is for that other channel, so it's a video game OSTs. But I just dropped some Metal Gear, and I do Doom over there as well. So you can check that out if you want. All right, guys, listen. Thank you for waking me up this way. I'm lit. All right, guys, take care. All right.